Hey there, how you guys doing today? So I was going through the Facebook statistics, excuse me, YouTube statistics, trying to figure out this whole YouTube game, right? I'm really focused on trying to provide value, talk about real estate investing, trying to produce at least one video a day and most days doing a couple. But one of the statistics kind of surprised me, and that was there was a pie chart based on the folks that watch the channel, divided by male or female. And it scared me, right? It was like 98 or 99% male and 1 or 2% female. And I don't know if that's because YouTube's data is bad, right? Maybe it's just defaults one way or the other, or maybe I'm producing content that's not interesting um, to the females or women or ladies or whatever the correct vernaculars, and maybe I'm coming across as a inconsiderate dolt or sexist or something. So I hope all of that's not true. I just don't know. I don't know if the data is clean, but if it is clean, I've got a problem, right? Because I'm only speaking to 50% of the audience, and that's horrible if that's the truth. So one of the things I did is I went through my interviews and just pulled out, all the powerful information that I've gleaned over, the last couple of interviews with different ladies that we've talked about real estate investing, because there's nothing gender specific about real estate investing. I was very shocked when I saw that statistic. I guess, if it was 55-45, maybe 60-40, I'd go, okay. But really 98-2, that was, that tells me I have a problem, right? I'm not talking to part of the audience, and I need to fix that. So I actually went ahead and went through all my notes that I have from various interviews. And I just thought I'd put them out here. First off, there's that dynamic team in Canada, Alyssa and Rochelle. They started with nothing. They've leveraged other people's money, or OPM. They went from doing a single flip to two, and then they've doubled their business every year, on a path to $1 billion. If you really want to see what a good business is, and again, it's not gender specific. There's nothing in this that they're doing that I think is gender specific. But their story is powerful. If you're a lady in the business and you're looking to see what others are doing, Rochelle and Anna would be, or I'm sorry, Rochelle and Alyssa. I'm sorry if I missed. It's Rochelle and Alyssa. They're doing amazing things. I would tell you to watch their video, watch their story, how they met. They're a partnership, right, and how that worked, and how they tested themselves in a remodel of a basement, as I recall. How they have plans to grow into the U.S. out of Canada, and again, how they put together these models for basically being a stress-free landlord. And they had a name that they've coined that I escaped, but again, watch their video. It's powerful. Then we have an interview with Anna, the REI mom. And that's the handle that she uses on Facebook. So that's the one I used. She has a great story. She was a very busy professional in the financial industry. She rode the wave in 2000. She thought she might lose her job after the crash. It didn't happen. She held on. But that was the spark to get her thinking about real estate. And, she has 4 kids. She has a demanding full-time job. And she's been able to build a real estate portfolio on the side with the help of her husband, who's a chiropractor, if memory serves, who's now ready to retire very shortly. So again, Anna, the REI mom, great story. If you want to see again what some of the ladies are doing, Alyssa and Rochelle, Anna, the REI mom, would be great. A couple more for you though. There was an interview with Liz, and I didn't put her last name down on purpose, just given the stories that we told. But she talked about her why, right? She was suffering from some medical things, and you could see in that interview where she got focused, and there was nothing she wasn't going to do to be successful. And when you talk about a strong why, that's the interview that got me, right? You could see it, you could feel it, it was palpable, and she's going to be successful. In addition, she talked about how she got her first wholesale deal, how she did it the right way, how she made some decisions at the end where she took a little bit less, but was the right decision and a good person, and was just amazing. Then we had Mary Hart. who's an attorney. She had her own practice, which I believe she's now shut down because she's focused on helping investors. And you can only be, I guess, licensed by state, and she wanted to do some other things. She's got some big plans, doing some big things. And Mary's a giver, right? She just puts it out there. She helps everyone. And again, she's doing amazing things in her business. And whether it be Airbnb or commercial spaces or short-term rentals or whatever it is, very impressive stuff. We have Casey Dele, who again is part of a team, but she runs a great business, right? They're doing transactions. They went from doing, I think it was 12 to 50 to 100 and something, and now they're switching to some buy and holds, and they're really creating wealth and big income and changing lives. And a big part of that business is what they're doing. Then we have Julie Holly, who's looking to invest out of state, wants to get to 19 doors in 2019, kind of laid out the plan, put out a target, and she's working for it. Again, there's nothing gender specific about what we're talking about or any of these stories or lifelines. I just want everybody to realize that there are some amazing stories here that we could all learn from. Then there's Colette, who really shared the story of leveraging self-directed IRAs to do some amazing things, and whether it's short-term lending or double-digit returns, and how to use the self-directed IRA to better yourself. Again, I thought that was a pretty amazing story. And then there's the two that kind of close us out. We'll go to Pamela Morell first. She sort of tells us, all of us, again, not gender specific, what we all hope to be, right? She talks about doing the real estate investing business for 31 years. And, she's at the end of it, enjoying life. If I remember correctly, she's spending 6 months a year in Belize. And if you want to see what life could be like in a couple of decades, because if you're following what I talk about, you should be thinking in decades. And Pamela talks about what it looks like after 3 decades. And again, it's pretty amazing. And also she talks about still doing deals, right? Real estate is a business where you don't get to some number and you're artificially too old, right? It's a game of experience and skill, and you can always change. Maybe you're not doing flips or chasing deals, but you want to be the private money lender. She talks about that. I think that's a great idea. Lower stress, less issues, less grind, still get to play, still get to be a part of the game. And then the last one I want to close with, actually a 2-time guest on this channel, is April Crossley. In our first interview, she talks about a couple of things. First off, she says the keys to a great flipping business, which she clearly has, is keep it simple and massive action. I think anybody watching this should go back and watch that first interview with April Crossley. She just lays it out in such a simple way. She goes by the moniker Lazy Girl REI. There's nothing about that young lady that's lazy. She's going after it. She's getting it done. She's growing her business. She has big goals and accomplishing them, right? She's part of a mastermind, Investor Fuel, and doing some pretty amazing things. In her second interview, again, she shows us what life could be like. She took 3 months off because she doesn't like the snow in Pennsylvania, the winters. So she's spending 3 months in the desert with her husband and I guess some friends, or her dog, of course. But now think about that. She's still running a business, still completing flips, still buying stuff, still growing her rental portfolio. But because she's built a team and she's the CEO and she's kind of, has a COO and all of those other things, she's doing what we all want to do, right? Think about, if the desert isn't your thing, think about being in some beach somewhere, Caribbean or Hawaii or Europe or Brazil or wherever. Isn't that amazing, right? This business can do those things for you. And again, I think both April's interviews are pretty impressive, as is Pamela's 30-year journey. So in the end, I really hope YouTube's data is not accurate, because if it is accurate, I'm doing something wrong. I'm missing half the audience, and that's not okay. So in the end, I just wanted to create this video dedicated to the ladies or women who have been a part of this interview series. I look forward to doing a lot more, and there were more, right? There were a lot more women that have been interviewed. I just wanted to give you all a taste of what's been on here. So I just want to get that off my chest. I really, really hope the data is bad. I hope I'm not coming across as sexist or arrogant or somehow creepy or whatever it could be that would drive women away. I'd feel really bad if that were true. And I would expect my wife, my mom, sister, who sometimes watch these things, to tell me to stop doing that, or friends. So if you guys see anything, let me know. If if you happen to be a young lady or a woman watching this, please let me know. Leave a comment below. Just let me know you're here, because maybe if enough people leave a comment, it'll just prove that the data is bad. And maybe it is the data's bad, but without real information, I have to assume the worst, and that makes me feel pretty terrible. So in the end, I just want to leave this here, and hope you all have a great day. Thanks.